For something heavy, we're in the snowbank outside the Beacon Hill studio. Peter Kadgis at the Phoenix, Cosmo Macero of O'Neill & Associates. First question, gentlemen. Have you had it up to here with the snow? Peter, I know you got kids who are still not in school because they are in the city of Boston.
That's true, but this storm reminds us we're New Englanders, but I think it was a smart and wise move to hold school another day. There are safety issues. There's no place for the kids to stand to get the buses, and I think by tomorrow things are going to be much better.
So you're not steamed at the mayor?
I am not steamed at the mayor. I think it's been a tough storm. I've been over large parts of the city myself. I think the city has done about as good a job as they could do. Outside the city, Cosmo, you had it up to here?
You know what? I got the best neighbor in the world. His name is Rob. He's got a snowplow. It's not just because he's got a snowplow. Helps me out, gets me dug out. But I have a big sidewalk, and you got to clear that sidewalk in Belmont and anywhere else. So I hired a guy to help me out. Got him on Craigslist, came down, gets about 20% through the job. I comes in for a cup of hot cocoa. I pay him his $100 then, because that's the kind of guy I am. Want to make sure he gets his money, even though the job's not done. He goes, you know what? I got to go to Dorchester to get a snowblower. Takes off, never comes back. So yeah, I'm fed up. I'm fed up with that guy.
Thank you for sharing, because that has warmed me in
I'm
this
fed
storm.
up with that guy. And I'll see him again. And otherwise, this snow. My kids are back to school today, and hey.
And you deal with it. It is an inconvenience, but what are you going to do? Let's talk about the State of the Union for a second, because as this thing jumped the shark, we now have Ted Nugent going to be in the audience tonight. Nobody's going to be watching for the president. They're going to be watching for the cutaways of the Nuge. Is this where we're at with these things? I'm
kind of fed up with state of fill in the blank. State of the city, state of the state, state of the union. But certainly this has become this grand spectacle. It initially was, many years ago, simply a reporting to Congress, sometimes delivered on paper, and now it's become this grand media, Hollywood-like spectacle, and I think it's becoming kind of absurd.
Old fogey that I am, I say, cut the guests, focus on the speech.
Well said and very concise, which gives me time for one more topic. You guys have seen the papers. The Pope is out. New York Post says he gave God 2 weeks' notice. Cosmo, you're both semi-Catholic, or we're both raised in that faith.
You know, if you're a Catholic, the closest man to God is cashing in his 401k. I think, ultimately, I think there has to be a health reason behind this, and maybe one more severe than we're all aware of, whether it's Alzheimer's, dementia, or something like that, that makes it clear he cannot go on in this job.
The old business guy worked in a 401k reference there, Cosmo. Well done. Peter, your take?
Steve Jobs. Jobs, I got it wrong. This is the biggest resignation, obviously, since Steve Jobs. I think the things that the Pope will be remembered for is, one, in the positive sense, reaffirming the Church's commitment to economic fairness and equality, something most people don't realize. Two, on the bad side, he did nothing to put the sex scandals behind. And three, the person who succeeds him, among all of the challenges the new Pope will face, is finding enough clergymen to staff the Church, especially in South America and Africa.
Steve Jobs, he of the humongous ego, posthumously still would appreciate that Peter just compared him to the Pope, and I think that's pretty interesting.
And worked Job in there as well, although accidentally, of course. Peter Kadgis of the Phoenix, Cosmo Macero of O'Neill & Associates. They're the heavy hitters. The Fox 25 News at 8 starts right now.